Hey, what'd you think of that downforce that they used last week? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Race Day. We're live for the next round of the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series. And tonight, round number 6 takes us to the Nashville Super Speedway. Coverage of iRacing on Race Day. I'm Wesley Outland. Steve Tucker is alongside. And what do you know, Steve? Dalton Tucker on the pole yet again.
Yep, he sure is, looking really quick as usual. Nashville Super Speedway, a fun track. We're going to get our way underway right now. We're going to blast through the qualifying grid real quick. Dalton Tucker, Mario Miranda, Casey Knighton, your top 3. Brian Works, Ryan Dingler, all in that top 5. Muscarella, Noah Rainwater, Matt Lovett, Victor Pfluger, and Matthew Taylor round out the top 10. We'll get to the top 15 here. Matthew Montgomery, there he is. Matt Cherry, Matthew Correa, Isaac Mock, Brandon Cooper, Christian Light, Sean Lodison, Brady Cox, Austin Cooper, and rounding out the top 20, Joel Hamilton.
150 laps tonight here at the Nashville Super Speedway. Track measures as 1.5 miles. Tucker and Miranda ready to bring us to the green flag. We don't waste no time with no prelims. We go right into the action here on race day, and we're ready. Green flag is about to wave. Here we go, 150 laps. Oh, and guess what, Steve?
Yeah.
All of my other committed broadcasts usually is postponed tonight. So I'll be with you for the entire duration for the second time this year.
We love to hear that, man. Here we go, though. Turn 3 already. Huge field today. Dalton Tucker going to be down low here. Mario Miranda, different paint scheme today. Purple and white for that victory fuel machine. In lap 1, that's it right there already.
Yep, just got the memo that I'll be on the call for the entire event as Miranda and Tucker battling here off that corner. Now, mile and a half concrete here at the Nashville Super Speedway on the back straightaway. It's Tucker out in front. Miranda, Dingler, Knight, Muscarella, right now your top five. Ride and drive. I think that's honestly the best thing you could do on the racetrack right now is the 82 in trouble on the bottom of the racetrack. He's coming down pit road. Some other drivers on pit road too. I wonder if they got a penalty.
Yeah, not good right there. We'll find out from race control for sure. But man, already early on, race winner this season, Brian Wirtz from Watkins Glen, down pit road.
Flying by with the start of this thing here, and obviously Tucker, the man that leads the way right now. Nashville Super Speedway, mile and a half in distance. He's got that tri-oval here. And what a great field of cars. Also, Steve Tucker, 40 drivers, or 38 to be exact. 39, Morgan Sterling didn't take the green, but what a great field of talent ready to go for this race here. 39 drivers, and all the while, Tucker is leading the cavalry, working off turn 4. Behind them, though, they're getting 3 wide, maybe 4 wide behind the leader.
Getting very dicey already, Wesley. This is crazy. It's a hard track to pass right here. 1.33 miles. This is a concrete track, folks, just like Bristol, but a bit bigger. Definitely interesting to see how these guys are going to navigate this race. 150 laps. It'll go by quick.
Yeah, no doubt about it, it will. All the while watching these guys working their way around the racetrack. Tucker out in front, looking at the racing action in the back of the pack. That, of course, is Cherry, the 45 NOS Energy machine that sticks out. He's got Cox, Lottison all in that mix in the top 15. Everybody holding their line. There's Cox on the bottom in the 76 ride. Lottison, there's the 10. That's Coates in the top 20. And they all just continue to give each other plenty of space. Race on here in the early going. Hey, by the way, don't forget, IMB Racewear is going to be giving away a $25 gift certificate on lap number 75 of the race. If you want to be a part of this, do it right now in the chat box. You got to subscribe, and then you can do chat. Use capital NLR, capital NLR for No Limit Racing abbreviated, capital NLR. And later on tonight, Steve and myself will tally up who those people are that used NLR. We'll do random number generator because it seems like that works best, Steve Tucker. And then somebody is going to win a gift card, $25 from IMB Racewear. Yes.
Awesome stuff. Love giving away stuff right now. Every single week it feels like. Really, really cool.
And all the while, it is still Tucker leading the way in that number 21 machine. Phenomenal job. Dalton Tucker, Miranda in the 88 in second spot. It's kind of being patiently on the racetrack. Dingler right there in third. Everybody's all single file as they come to the line. And there's that 21 machine just doing a phenomenal job staying out in front, staying out of trouble, doing exactly what it needs to do. In the early going here, closing in on 10 in Nashville. This is a race that honestly, Steve, if they mind their P's and Q's and we don't get a plethora of cautions on a concrete mile and a half like Nashville, 150 laps could fly by fairly quickly.
Oh, it sure can. We're going to see long green flag runs today for sure. Tires are going to be huge to conserve and save them. They fall off here pretty quick. The concrete definitely burns them off faster than the asphalt tracks. And this right here will be definitely a matter of attrition, holding onto your car, keep the handling straight. But we'll see some good racing here. Hard to pass, though.
We'll keep an eye on all of that and more right now here on race day in the early going. 10 laps in, diving 2 and 3 wide from the top to the bottom of the racetrack. Tucker still the leader. This is all going on behind the top 20. And this is a great battle here now, the 55 and others in this mix. Back to the line, inside, 55, 57 battling. This is in the top 20. Down to the bottom of the scoring pylon. The Hendrick Cars 57 of Taylor. Plenty of room given there also with Kyle Hall and Joel Hamilton, those drivers on the racetrack right now. Thank you, Michael Smith. Thank you, Corey Crowell. That's all you got to do to get signed up. By the way, thanks for joining us on race day. Big numbers here in the chat box in the early going. Steve Tucker, Wesley Outland here with you, and Dalton Tucker running away with this, but not for long. Here comes now Mario Miranda trying to reel him in, and in doing so, lap traffic is on the inside. This is Brian Wirtz, who's on the tail end of the lead lap, just got back on the lead lap, Steve, at the line.
There he is. Yeah, we're getting to work. 8 drivers had to do pass-through penalties at the beginning of this race from a last week penalty.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so 8 of them had to make this right here. You'll see on your tower in just a second where your favorite driver stands. But, yeah, Brian Wirtz getting one of those laps back right now the old school way.
So a couple of drivers being sent to the principal's office, if you will, virtually, and having to be reprimanded here in the early going of this event. And we've got a caution. Couple of cars scampering down to the bottom of the apron. The 41 involved, the 17 involved. That's Lovett. That's Korea. And our first caution on race day coming out on lap number 14 of the race. Here's a replay of what just happened here on the racetrack to put us under our first caution, ending a solid 14-lap green flag run in the opening going. There is the 35, is that the 05 actually, down on the inside. That's Noah Rainwater. Noah Rainwater into the driver's side of the Lovett car, the 17, or Korea, and then there's Lovett piling in there into the left front. Nowhere to go. The 48 Tide Ride, the Lowe's car of Alex Muscarella, nowhere to go. And there you see the end result of all those cars, Steve, spinning into the infield grass to put us under our first caution on race day.
Happens just like that, Wesley. Early cautions can happen right there. Tough racing, hard to pass conditions. And sometimes you have to rattle the cage of the driver in front of you to make it happen. But right there, just a mistake, but still early.
I don't see anybody coming down to the pit lane not so quickly in this beginning of the race. By the way, if you'd like to know more about No Limit Racing, go to NLRleague.com. That's NLRleague.com. Couple of guys in the back are stragglers that were caught up in the accident are onto the pit lane. Thank you also to Extreme Graphics, Powder Coat, IMB Racewear, Butt Kicker, and we'll take a break right here on the official broadcast partner, Race Day. Back here on race day from Nashville Super Speedway, caution flag out for the first time after a multi-car skirmish coming through the tri-oval here at the 1.5 miles. Everybody has been shifted around, and some drivers did make pit stops. Mario Miranda is now the new leader. Dalton Tucker, by the way, the 21, I guess he did go on a strategy than others and decided to come down to the pit lane. He falls all the way back to 33rd. Boy, that's going to hurt the Doc Star Garage entry, isn't it? Man.
I think so, but hey, man, fuel saving and whatnot is key, and if that saves you, a couple more seconds later on in the race, that could be massive for Dalton Tucker. So we'll see. We've seen him come through the pack often, so.
See a lot of people doing the NLR on the chat box, and that is because it puts you in the qualification for the gift certificate from IMB Racewear. We'll be giving that away at halfway on lap number 75 through random number generator. All right, so this is going to put the victory fuel of Mario Miranda on the front row. Alongside, it's going to be Ryan Dingler, Noah Rainwater, Matt Lovett making up row number 2, followed by, of course, Matthew Taylor, Isaac Mock, the Canadian Brady Cox, and Matt Cherry, Pluffler, and Lottison. Top 10. We are back to green here at Nashville inside that Victory Fuel number 98 Toyota. Beautiful looking race car. That's Mario Miranda, and Miranda gets a great jump on the restart from everybody. We're going to watch the 21 and see if he can come to the front in a hurry as they work the back straightaway. By the way, Race Day iRacing on social media if you'd like to follow along on X. No Limit Racing on Facebook. All of the social platforms is right now. Mario Miranda in the lead. Dingler in second spot, and somehow they still keep it that way, Steve, as we're closing in on 20 to go, this time by at the line.
Yeah, we're going to see this a lot right there. Right there, like dive bomb moves, entering turns 3 especially. It's so hard to turn into that corner. And right now, we might see a lot of those kind of wrecks if we do, just like we saw. It's a tough place to pass here, Wesley, and right now, they got to fight for it on these restarts.
I would be patient, no doubt about it. I really believe that's the key here. You got to be patient. Don't do anything in the early going that might take yourself out of contention of the races right now. Miranda, Dingler, Lovett, Rainwater, Mock, top 5. Look at them skirmishing in the back. 2 and 3 wide, fighting somehow to get back through the field. 14 up high, 81 in the middle, the 53 on the bottom. All of this crazy 3-wide racing going on in the back behind the top 20 as some of those guys pitted, and we're 3 wide again going into turn 1. In the middle, that's the driver of Willie Henderson. Brian Wirtz on a mission. He's hooked up with Brandon Barrier in the green 53. Robert Kahn dives to the bottom of the orange 14. Home Depot colors, if you will. And there goes Tucker, the 21 on the racetrack. Remember, he has still got to move fast to the front. Steve, he's only in 30th position. This was the guy that led us to the green flag.
That's right. A long way to go still. Might be smart here to hold on to his tires. Let everyone else burn the rubber off. Smart move right there. Here becomes the 17 car now coming down pit road. Matthew Correa.
Miranda, Dingler, Lovett now. There you see the leaders, 1, 2, and 3. Lovett, remember, caught up in that accident earlier. Stayed on track, didn't pit, rallied through. He's all in front now.
The 17 right there, Matthew Correa.
Through penalty coming up on the 17 for jumping the restart and changing lanes. So Correa, not only part of the caution, has been penalized for jumping the restart and changing lanes here as we go back to green. Everybody's still staying up against the safer barrier. Plenty of room given to one another. Miranda, Dingler, Lovett, Rainwater, Cox top 5. That's the way it is. Now we're watching some cars in the back of the pack making a run through the field. This is a 97 machine. All that's happening, this is actually Stephen Massey, Christopher Tate, Brandon Munger in the top 20. Nashville Super Speedway, where we are tonight, round number 6 of the season. Going to be fun the next couple of weeks. We're going to be at Martinsville. We're going to be at Charlotte, Richmond, Homestead, and then you got the playoff for the final 4 rounds. Unbelievable, Steve Tucker, how fast this season is flying by for the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series.
Yeah, that's why they got to make all the opportunities available now, right? Get that win to lock yourself in or get the points. It all matters. Urgency has kicked in already.
Working off of the corner. Corey Crowell, thank you for that comment. The number 23 did start in the back, way in the back. And that driver, Austin Smith, who we're referring to, there he is right now. That Sig Sawyer Burton entry has moved up into the top 12. He's now up to 11th, just ready to crack the top 10 for Midwest Motorsports. All the while, look at this battle heated up in the back as well. The 46, the 42, the 57. This is 14th through 16th. That's Matthew Montgomery, Hank Caston, Chris Taylor, Stephen Massey, all fighting in it for that spot to crack the top 15. And they're not letting off an inch, Steve, as they work off a 2.
No, this is really, really close right here. Again, as these tires wear out, it's going to be even harder, right? The car's going to get so tight, it's not going to want to turn. You have to really back up those corners. Right now, we're going to start to see that 31 laps into this race.
This is round number 6 tonight. We're at the Nashville Super Speedway. Always a fun, exciting racetrack. You never know what you're going to see here at this facility. And it will also finish, Steve Tucker, under the lights. That's a transition that also something we really didn't hit on. Track temp around 86 degrees, ambient temp in the sim at 77, and that's going to drop dramatically and cool on the concrete the further we get into nightfall, as right now we're at dusk.
Yeah, you can see that beautiful twilight right there getting under the lights, and we're on board right now. Matt Lovett, keep in mind, just about 15, 16 laps ago, he was sideways in that front stretch grass, and here he is up to P3. Pretty impressive stuff.
Miranda, Dingler, Lovett, Rainwater, Cox, top 5. By the way, we're also trying to keep an eye on the 21 of Tucker, who was the pole machine. Right now, he is climbing up. He's in 26th. So he's trying to crank the top 25. And mind you, still a long way to go in this race. Approaching lap number 34. Great racing going on. There's a City Chevrolet ride, that 46. When I see that car, I think of Days of Thunder. And that's the driver, Matthew Montgomery. Look at that beautiful ride. It looks like the City Chevrolet car. Beautiful Camaro right there. I love that car. I love the wrap job on it. Steve, if they made a new Days of Thunder movie, that's what that car would look like if they still ran the Cup cars of today. You know that, right?
Yeah, that'd be great. I wouldn't mind that. A new rehash of the of that. I could dig it. Man, look at this scheme too. AD graphics. Woof. Looking good today for
AD
Brady Cox.
Graphics. Yes, sir. Solid run for the 76. right now, sitting in the top 5 for the Canadian in the Field Filler Motorsports entry, number 76 ride. We're at the Nashville Super Speedway, live on race day. 36 of 150 laps here tonight. Next week, again, we're heading to Martinsville. A little short track racing on the paperclip action track. Charlotte Motor Speedway, Richmond Raceway. The final preliminary before the run to the championship. And that'll be at Homestead in about 3 weeks when we head into June. Steve Tucker, I'm Wesley Outland. And all the while, the 0G Toyota Mario Miranda leading the way. There's Wirtz. And Brian Wirtz just trying to pick himself up after being put in a bad spot in the early going, getting penalized. There you see him right now, just trying to find a way to get back through the field, if you will.
He's back on that lead lap, Wesley, right now in 20th place as he makes a move around Travis Daly. So he's definitely clawing back through the field. And ironically enough, he's getting through the pack better than Dalton Tucker, who now is in 24th place, picking spots off left and right, but not as quick as Brian Wirtz, interestingly enough.
Like to know more details about Extreme Graphics and more, go online on Facebook and type in Extreme Graphics. That is the Extreme Graphics. Graphics, signs, vinyl, focusing on creating unique designs for clients in multiple categories. Located in Orlando, Florida. Hit them up with an email at extremegraphics2013@gmail.com. Miranda the leader. There's the number 24. Great way to plug that ride. Sean Lottison on the racetrack currently in the top 15 and 13th. And obviously, the entitlement sponsor for the series right there.
Outside lane kind of working here for Austin Smith. Looking pretty good. 0 there. Victor Pfluger trying to make a move down. 3 wide, maybe Hank Kasten down low. Not going to quite get there, but we're going to start to see these guys get pretty racy as tires wear off, Wesley.
That's something we'll definitely keep an eye on. Miranda, Dingler, Rainwater, Lovett, Cox, top 5. That's the way it stands, closing in on lap number 40 of the race. And 110 laps to go. Don't forget, around lap 75, we're going to be giving away that $25 gift card from IMB Racewear. That's about 30 some odd laps from now. In the chat box, you saw Michael Smith and Corey Crowell, some other people do it. Capital NLR for No Limit Racing. Capital NLR. Those numbers will then be randomly drawn for the gift card. And right now, you're seeing the leader, the Victory Fuel. Steve, have you ever had Victory Fuel?
I have not. I haven't seen it around me.
Delicious, man. It's delicious.
If that purple is reminiscent of like black cherry or something, I am all in. I'll go on Amazon right now and buy some because that sounds really good. But Ryan Dingler, man, look at how close he is. Got so close last week, too, in that 16. Looking pretty close right here, Wesley. Rainwater in 3rd place as well. We get a fight for P1.
Victory Fuel, obviously, on that 98 machine, and obviously a lot of the motorsports, real-life things that I'm involved with. And even in the sim world, I want to say even in the sim world, they're very, very, very big partners. And obviously, if you know the sprint car world, you know Kevin and Sammy Swindell, and they're the people that created Victory Fuel. 2 great flavors, including Lucky Lemon and Throttle Punch. And man, I just kind of see like a passion grape on that 98 car. If they were ever wanted to make like a grape Victory Fuel for Miranda, that would be the color right there, like a grape fuel. It's electrolyte water, fuel-based electrolyte water, as we've got one of our man hitting the wall there. Hold on to it. The 98 machine there. Miranda, we're talking about the sponsor on the car, but if you'd like to know more, go online to drinkvictory.com. That is, again, drinkvictory.com. And I'm Lucky Lemon's okay. Lucky Lemon's okay, Steve, but I like Throttle Punch better. I like the throttle punch.
I love the sound of that. Right now, look at these guys, though. NOS Energy car of Matt Cherry coming down pit road, as well as Matt Levitt and Ryan Dingler. So your leaders are coming down pit road here. Looks like this perhaps might be scheduled on lap 46.
Closing in on 100 laps to go. Here comes Dingler giving up a top 5 run. As you see the other guys soaring by, that was Hall in the 88 machine. He's in the top 25. All the while, here comes now Rainwater on pit road. So is also the 76. Green flag pit stops happening on lap number 46 of the race here.
And here's the question, Wesley, right? When do you pit? I mean, right now the short pit can be pretty massive. You get the speed on the fresh tires as the leader's still coming around. Mario Miranda, Super Mario as they call him, not coming down pit road just yet, but some more takers. Hank Caston, Matthew Taylor, Sean Lodison.
Aston on pit road, as you just mentioned. Excuse me, everybody in the top 15 on back on pit road. Lodison is pitting. Alex Muscarella up to second. Remember, he pitted early in the 48 ride, and he was also caught up in that accident for our one and only caution of the race. Around lap 15. Chris Taylor, Daniel Huff on pit road as well. So we're seeing green flag pit stops taking place right now. And now the leader giving up the top spot. That's Mario Miranda, his Chevrolet for Zero G Victory Fuel Toyota on pit road. Here he comes down to the pit lane. 11 on pit lane. That's Brandon Ishikanen. Munger, Hall, all pitting here. And you know, Steve, green flag pit stops are totally different than what you see under caution. You got to be on your A game, and you cannot make any mistakes whatsoever.
You're absolutely right. And the thing is, too, you can be all fine and dandy on pit road, but you can lose or gain a lot of time coming down into pit road and then on pit exit as well. Don't forget about that. These guys, I'm sure, have practiced their pit off and on. Gain a lot of time there, gain a lot of spots there as well. Green flag pit stops are huge.
So now the 48 of Alex Muscarella is the new leader. Stephen Massey the second. Christopher Tate third. Brian Wirtz, remember, he got penalized in the start of the race. He has worked his way into the top 5 along with Dalton Tucker. Those drivers on a totally different sequence. They pitted on lap 15 of the race. Everyone else has came down pit lane between 45 and 49 laps as we're closing in on under 100 laps to go here to Steve.
Yes, sir. And look at the gap right here. Look how fast Mario Miranda is up against Dalton Tucker. He's going to pass him here. He has fresh tires. Dalton Tucker does not. So a good visual there as far as how fast new tires are versus old.
In line, holding that position, Muscarella. Massey, Tate, Wirtz, Tucker, top 5 now. Less than 20 laps away to halfway in this event. It has flew by very fast on race day. We're glad you're joining us. Round number 6 tonight for the No Limit Racing sanctioned Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series.
Wesley, this can be a tough time of the race too. Again, we have drivers still on pit road or still on the track as well. Differing tires, new versus old. A lot of guys are going to be catching drivers faster with the new tires versus the old tires. The yellow flag right now can definitely happen. It's more likely than not because of just the tire differentials and the speeds.
Oh yeah, make no bones about it. very lengthy distance of the race remaining.
Look at this. Oh, man, 23 and 45 got together there. Almost spun each other out, but they keep it going straight. Great recovery.
.36 up on the high side. Gotta wonder how many cars, obviously, Steve got mired and went a lap down because of the green flag pit stops. Remember, we talked about that. Green flag pit stops, totally different avenue than obviously pitting on a regular caution sequence.
You're right. I mean, everybody right now in the top 7 is on the lead lap. Everyone else is a lap down, so pretty wild stuff. This top 7 right now is praying for a caution to come out to get themselves on the ideal strategy. Come down pit road, get the tires. But man, right now, Muscarello looking pretty good. But when do you come down pit road? Here's a taker. Steve Massey, slides it through. Tokyo Drift coming down pit road. There he is, and the yellow flag is out.
Wow. Caution will fly. So the yellow flag coming out over the racetrack here. This changes everything. 97 was on pit road. Massey was before the caution fell. So he's able to get his pit stops taken care of, if you will. And here's a replay as there you see the 23. And we need to look at another angle at it. It happened too quick.
Yeah, we'll catch up on it right here. But the Austin Smith, number 23.
It's Austin Smith, yep. Matt Lovett, he's running down Cherry. Rainwater up in front of them.
We'll go a little
I think it's the next lap. Yeah, I think it's the next lap. Oh, wow. There you go.
Huge
and the
checkout.
0-2. The 0-2 right there. Boom. And look at how lucky Matt Lovett got because the car fishtailed the other direction. And then they go rocking into the 0-2. That's Anthony Hutchinson all into the wall. And everybody on back is pitting now at lap number 58 of the race here. Everyone up in the front is on pit road now, Steve.
That right there was an absolute layup, as they say, for the top 7, man. That yellow came with the perfect time for these guys. And Stephen Massey, he was on pit road when the yellow came out, so he got that freebie there. So that might help him the most. We're going to find out here momentarily. But, man, this changes a lot, Wesley.
Yeah, it changes the entire scenario of this race as well. All these drivers are going to kind of get back in sequence with one another by about 15 laps difference is what it looks like, because it's around lap 58. Everyone else pitted between 45 to 55. Oh boy, oh boy. But what a job so far by all of them on the racetrack. You know, I gotta say, mad props to them, Steve. Usually we called some wreck fest this year on race day. It gets very annoying, not only up in the booth calling it green caution, green caution, green caution. I think you also lose your fan base because of that. But tonight, these guys have been on their P's and Q's, and we've had a really good show so far here at Nashville.
Agree. Absolutely. Very good race so far. Only our second caution, and just minimal mistakes on track, but this place is definitely proving to be very, very good. Definitely appreciate all the folks in the chat as well. 30 viewers right now. Very, very cool. Appreciate all the subscriptions, the likes and whatnot. Hey, keep in mind, type in the chat NLR on lap 75. 15 laps from now, we're going to give away a gift card, $25 to IMB Racewear. They make amazing gloves and race gloves. Wesley, pretty cool stuff. A great partner for this league.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. Thanks to IMB Racewear again, and your last chance about 15 minutes, 15 laps from now. 15 laps from now, we'll draw that winner.
A big mess right now, Wesley, to sort out the pacing laps Right now it shows Muscarella is the leader, but a lot of drivers having to take the wave around here momentarily, most likely. And we're going to get this field sorted out, so.
So Alex Muscarella, remember, he was caught up in that accident at the beginning of things in our first caution on lap number 14 of the race. By the way, 2 cautions so far tonight at Nashville. That's all it's been. Muscarella, Massey, Wirtz, Tucker, Knighton, your top 5.
And there they go right now. All these drivers taking that free pass, the wave around.
So everybody will get back in place, and we'll try to do this again here.
So look at this, Wesley. So what this does is it puts a couple of drivers here who were in the back and had, you know, maybe issues earlier on. Look at this. Brian Wirtz had a penalty to start the race, to drive down pit road. Right now in 3rd place because of that strategy by staying out. Dalton Tucker now in P4. I mean, just unbelievable jobs here. Mario Miranda, who's done well so far this race, in P8. Right behind him. This shook things up quite a bit, man.
Get ready for the restart. There you go. A little music in the background. That kind of sets the tone, if you will. 61 of 150 laps. We are closing in on halfway here on race day. Steve Tucker, I'm Wesley Outland. Muscarella, Massey, Wirtz, Tucker, Knighton, your top 5. Take Correa, who had a penalty earlier in the race on a restart. He's moved back into the top 10. Miranda, Dingler, Coxon, that's your top 10. And we're ready to bring the field back to the green flag. Only 2 cautions in a race last week that saw, 14 yellow flags, I think it was? 14 cautions. Only 2 tonight. And their field will work their way back into the Geico restart zone. That was at Dover, 14 yellow flags. Nashville, another concrete jungle. And this mile and a half has not disappointed. Only 2 yellow flags. Quickly approaching the halfway mark of this 150 lapper. And we are back underway. Watch that 21, that's Tucker. He is right back into the top 5, and there goes Miranda on the inside. Making a move, picking them off 2 for 1, Steve, as they work in 3 and 4.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of speed right here. All the fast drivers, it seems like, are up in the front. Miranda going to work on Tucker right now. A lot of star power here, up in the top 10.
You see now, battling Wirtz. This is for 2nd spot. Making a dive on the bottom there in a 3. They're a path, give him plenty of room. As all this goes on. Next week, we go to Martinsville. Gotta love short track racing, first time this year. Round number 7 of the season. Right there, door to door, side by side behind the top 6 that are all single file. Then from there on back, Correa, Knighton, Dingler, Tate, they're all in a skirmish. Tucker now under attack by Wirtz. Massey and company on the outside. 21 hung up on the bottom. He can't go nowhere, Steve.
He can't. This place is just so tough to pass. Even on new tires, everyone feels good. The car feels good. Outside lane may work here for the 98, but man, it's going to be so tough to pass.
Muscarella, Massey, Wirtz, Tucker, Miranda, top 5. They're all single file. Here comes a dive to the inside. That's Massey to the bottom, below the apron. And there goes now the 98 of Miranda, clearing by Tucker, the pole car. Works on the outside. Well, that goes on there, 2x2x2, and that conga line now becomes a tango to the backstretch into turn 3. They're two-stepping up the banking on the concrete jungle.
We're racing like it's the last lap, Wesley. We're not even close to halfway just yet. But look at this. Muscarella and Massey, a drag race right there for the line. Massey can lead a lap there, but man, for how long? Look at this.
Massey up 37 spots to the top spot to the lead. Muscarella making moves, Works under attack. Here comes Correa on the bottom. Dingler inside. Knighton will follow. Closing in on halfway. Look at this, Dingler on the bottom of the inside. That's Correa up top, that BuiltSubmarines.com Chevrolet. Works now battles Tucker. This is for 4th and 5th, 6th and 7th. You could just feel like the intensity just amped up a notch, if you will, when the green flag fell a moment ago. Steve, working lap 70 at the line next time around.
Yeah, right now, everyone's car is feeling pretty good right here. Oh, hold on, 82 goes three wide. Almost lost it there, man, but close. Great recovery. They're racing like it's the last lap, like we said, but this is for third right here. Miranda and Dalton Tucker. They're tracking down Muscarella right here.
And if you want to be honest, as we approach now 5 laps to halfway, car bouncing off the wall, Dingler did. Drops to the inside. These 2 cars that you're seeing from the rear camera of, I believe, Massey. No. My apologies, Muscarella, the leader. Those were your 2 fastest cars of the race. Miranda and Tucker at one time or another were the drivers that were the front runners. Alongside, Tucker on the bottom. Miranda, plenty of room given. And that Victory Fuel, great looking machine, Toyota. Last chance. We're approaching halfway. Hit NLR in the chat box. We're going to do random number generator. I only see less than 10 that signed up, maybe that so far. So you better get them in quick. Like 75, we're going to draw the winner. And look at Tucker inside of Miranda. Miranda now, plenty of room given. When you got Correa and Maxey right there, Steve, right there behind one another. They're 2x2 behind the leader. Single file. It's Muscarella by himself, but for how long?
Yeah, no one's giving an inch right now. Everyone's racing hard as they can. And we're seeing 2 packs, the first one and the second one way back here, involving Matt Cherry, Noah Rainwater, and all these guys. The draft doesn't play a huge role here, but a lot of guys have to save the tires. If this thing goes green, man, this front pack is going to worry me because nobody is relaxed right now.
Tucker inside. Miranda up top. So is also Correa. Muscarella holding his line. Trying to stay in position inside. Tucker back to the lead, the pole driver. Muscarella, will he battle back? No, there's some, whoa, he drifts up in front of him, Miranda will. And they somehow save it as the Tucker is bobbing and weaving, fishtailing left and right, and they're still bumping and banging 3 wide going to 3 to Steve. Wow, and there's contact. Works goes around, Dingler bounces off of him. He'll keep going. And the yellow flag, I think, got through maybe a little prematurely there. Yellow flag out just before halfway of the race, Steve. I think that they got a little too excited and called a caution too quickly.
Sometimes that can happen. iRacing has their algorithm, right? And if a car goes sideways, man, they might throw it. Let's go back and take a look at what actually happened. Oof. 16 just comes across the nose of the 82, thinking he was clear, and that was not the case right there. But you're right. Premature yellow flag thrown out. But now everybody comes down pit road.
I don't want to say that this is the money stop of the race because I think they might have to maybe make one more quick stop. But
yes,
I think this is definitely going to get everybody back on sequence again, except for that matter, Steve. Muscarella, Massey, Correa, and Cox did not pit. They stayed out. They last pitted around 58 to 60 laps of the race.
Yeah, they want to stay up front. They have fresher tires potentially, because you're right. They stayed out later. So a lot of them coming down pit road now. We're seeing two different strategies in play. I'll tell you what, though, Wesley, this caution flag is the perfect time to pick our winner today for the IMB gift card.
Random number generator is what I need to find right now, and we are getting ready to do so. How many people signed up tonight? What do we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, well, 7? No, 6. There we go. All right. So a random number generator from 1 through 6 is getting ready to be processed right about now. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Tell me when you just say stop when you're ready, Steve.
Okay. Stop.
Number 6.
Courtney Barrier.
So Courtney Barrier is the winner for random number generator, a $25 gift card from IMB Racewear. Contact Steve Tucker, actually Brandon Frontapple with No Limit Racing to get your prize. Again, that is Courtney Barrier. Courtney Barrier, you are the winner. And everyone's a winner when we pay bills. And we're going to do that. More coverage on race day from Nashville. Second half coming up next. Copy. Back here on race day, getting ready for the green flag to fly with about 60 laps to go here in tonight's race. Actually, less than 50 laps to go. My apologies. Back underway. Yeah, it is 60 laps to go. 70 laps to go, to be honest, as we're back to green here. I looked at the scoring ticker the wrong way. Lap 80 of 150, and this will be the run to the finish here in Boy, they get back on the restart, and they're just scrambling everywhere, Steve, working out of 3 and 4.
Yeah, no one's going to give an inch here, Wesley. This track is, again, so hard to pass. The restarts are the absolute best time to pass because everyone's scrambled together. They're so close. And right here, we're seeing that Brian Wertz trying to make the down low inside lane work. But man, look at this. Almost 3 wide, 2 wide here for top 5 spots. It's getting to be go time here.
Working off that corner, back to the line. They thunder to the stripe. It's Muscarella and Massey now flip-flopping. Put Massey to the lead of the 87. Correa there. Behind them is Tate. Miranda piles in. And there you see him about to get 2 by 2 for the top 2 rows as they work in the inside into 3. Massey on the bottom, giving room. Muscarella up top. Tate, Correa, hold on to him inside. Miranda now diving onto the bottom of that Victory Fuel Toyota. He thought about Steve going 3 wide. That spot, he is going to go 3 wide and thread the needle into 1 and 2.
They wanted to right there. Branding, oh my word, huge hit in the back of the field here.
Rocking. Trouble in the back, Sean Lottison. Everybody scramming high and low, inside, top to bottom, to miss them. And the caution is out. Big damage on a couple of race cars.
Yeah, we saw Victor Fluger right there get killed.
Boy, oh boy. 00 got all tore up from the floor up.
Go back a bit and take a look at Victor Fluger. This is going to be a hard hit. Oh,
man, Fluger.
Man, got loose and overcorrected, and
he ain't done getting hit yet.
Some ARCA braking happening on track. Lordy. Got to hold those brakes.
Sometimes you just don't say nothing, and it paints the picture perfectly. The impact,
yes,
for those cars.
It sure does. 81 also pretty well hurt. But that can happen. Holding brakes.
So Sean Lottison involved. The 81 of William Henderson. Barrier might have got collected in it. The 00 of Victor Fluger involved. Daniel Half might have got a piece of it also. And there you see it. All these drivers on pit road. 4 cautions, by the way, under, 65 laps to go of this race. So I'm very impressed, if you will, Steve, with Muscarella. Remember, he got caught up in an accident at the start of the race on the first caution on lap 14. And then he took an advantage of deciding to pit, when not to pit. And in doing so, it's literally put him in, what strategy he's played. And it's worked for him.
Yeah, it definitely has, right? I mean, lap 85 right now. And sometimes in these races, right, it's just a matter of staying up front in that clean air. That helps so much, right? And to your point from earlier, you never know when this race will just kind of, just unwind, right? Maybe multiple cautions and things like that. Being up front is the best spot to do it because everything else happens behind you. Couple more down pit road here. Brandon Munger, Matthew Taylor. Some damage to fix.
Dubby, yeah. There's a Dubby ride. Dubby Energy. There's Sean Lottison. Taco Bell. Well, it's got the taco. It says Shea Automotive, but that's the Taco Bell. I was thinking tacos there.
I mean, this car looks like it's
I don't know if the powers that be would like that.
Man.
That's William Henderson, by the way.
Yeah, this car looks like what it look, after eating Taco Bell. Maybe not before, but
Yeah,
you know
there
what I
you
mean?
go. And that toilet bowl's very happy after that, isn't it?
Victor Fluger right here in shambles. The whole front end pretty well torn off.
Forgot this is the PG program. You know, kids are listening and watching. First you say it, then you do it, especially after that big wreck we just had on the backstretch, right?
True.
Lights off on the pace car. And the 48 of Muscarella is still going to be the leader. Massey on the outside. Tate and Miranda, row 2. Correa, Wirtz, row 3. How about Wirtz, by the way? How about Wirtz battling his way? Brian Wirtz, Steve, through the field after having that penalty to start the race.
Very impressive, right? I mean, all these guys right here in about this top 7 or so, really top 10. Most of these guys can win right here, so very impressive. Again, I mentioned it earlier, star power in the front of the field. A lot of guys, though, in the back. Brady Cox, we saw him earlier on. Up front, you know, Mark Martin next. These guys are fast right here in the back, Wesley. You know, they got to get back to the front, obviously, and do it pretty quick. We're past the halfway point. We're going to wind this thing down pretty fast here.
Ready for the field to get started for the restart here. Muscarella, Massey, Tate, Miranda, and there's the field through the Geico restart zone. They're going to roll all the way through the box. Green flag in the air. Closing in on over 60 laps to go in this one. 3 wide. Miranda with a move on the inside. Squeezed by Correa and by Massey. And somehow Steve Tucker, he found a way through the gap.
He's still making it work. Look at this, though. He is just shot out of a cannon right here. Miranda right behind Muscarella, who's looked very impressive in that 48 in that front of the pack, but right now, woof, he's got some contention here.
Into the corner, Muscarella, the Lowe's colors of that 48. And Massey spins into the grass. Lovin gets collected, slams into the outside safer barrier. And here comes a pile-up. Dingler up in the wall. Lovett's involved. A multi-car crash working through the tri-oval on lap number 90 here at Nashville. And the 97 just hit the wrong way, if you will, Steve. That's what caused it. Here's a replay. Oh, man, look at that. That's Correa. Correa, the 17, into the 97 of Massey. Massey into Dingler. And look at this. Cherry, did he get through the NASCAR? I think he did. But from there on, Steve Tucker, hold your breath. It was nothing but smoke and clouds, and they're crashing into it.
Lovett, unfortunately, involved as well. Had a great recovery from an earlier incident on lap 3, I believe it was.
The 42. Oh, the 42, Hank Caston. I think he just thought he had weaseled by. He got collected. Let's see this in real time. Here's a replay of it on race day, and this is in real time. And Steve, what blows me away, look at how fast it happens. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Wow. Oh. Wow. Now, what I am thinking, Steve, is if they do come down the pit lane, which it doesn't look like the leaders are doing that right now, but if they did, I would think that that could have been the money stop and they could go to the finish of this race, but they're not pitting yet.
Yeah, it's going to be so close. I mean, right now we're within that 60 laps, but man, it's kind of right on the brink. A lot of damage to fix right here. Casey Knighton, Matt Lovett, Matthew Taylor. A couple of good drivers up here. Dingler obviously was doing so well, and man, right now, just huge hit to that number 16 Hex Armor machine. Really hate to see it right there.
So we're under the yellow flag. Caution was called for, I believe. I know you just saw it a minute ago. What did it say, Steve?
Oh, that was from earlier. Yeah, the caution earlier was
okay.
Ryan and Ryan, but yeah, this right here,
that's
Dingler.
Yeah. There was a little aggressiveness going on. Massey got turned. Bottom line. Noah Rainwater says, I need new pants. Like I said earlier on the accident of the backstretch, first you say it, then you do it. 5 cautions tonight for the race, by the way. Massey on pit road still, Steve.
I wonder if Rainwater's making that comment after we looked at the Taco Bell car. Not too sure if that correlates, but you never know.
Yes.
It's just...
That's true. Oh, that was me. That was me. He's like, where did that come from?
Someone's trolling us here in the booth. Love that.
All right, we'll get ready for a restart. Yes, sir. It's been a good one. As we approach lap 100.
All right, we're disabling those immediately.
55 laps to go. Do I now? What'd you say?
I said we're disabling those immediately. Just kidding.
Oh, come on, they're good.
They are good.
Gotta have a little, you know.
I'll tell you what,
I just recently found out about it. That's why I like using it. So.
Oh yeah. A lot of these Discords nowadays have some pretty PG-13 sound effects, so we're gonna be careful not.
I don't have anything inappropriate. I promise you. Yeah, this is.
That's good. A lot of these drivers in different leagues like to troll me, so.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have any kind of bad stuff. I really don't have time to really. I'll be honest with you, and you know this, Steve. I hate Discord. I'm not a fan of Discord. I use Discord to call iRacing. That's it. Literally. And I get messages up the wazoo when I finally cut it on, and it's like, hey, man, would you respond back? And I'm like, dude, you don't get it. I don't use Discord unless I'm calling an iRacing broadcast. About 3 days later is when you'll see me return your message. Here we go. Ready for a restart. Approaching 55 laps to go here. Round number 6 at Nashville. Wrapping up the 5th caution. Muscarella did not go. Miranda's going to lick his chops to be the new leader. And the victory fuel is smelling victory here in Nashville on the restart.
Muscarella definitely money shifted right there. Didn't get the car going. Has the outside lane right now, but that's a huge advantage for Miranda. That 48, though, man, tough break right there for him.
Miranda, Carrera, Muscarella, Tate, and Bach, top 5, working off turn 4, and they're quickly going back to the whip again, door to door, behind the leaders, going to 1. Outside, Rainwater, inside, Bach, Cherry and Works right there behind them. You might be single file in the top 4, but not for long, Steve. They know it's go time. The aggression meter just amped up again more than what it did the last time when they wrecked. Again, that's Bach inside, 97, Rainwater outside. Cherry and Works run each other up the racetrack. Give each other room now as they work off a 2. You were saying, Steve.
Hey, like you said, right? intensity is rising right now, man. Look at this. Wirtz and Cherry on the outside. No one's saving any tires, I feel like. They're all clambering. Oh, as the 82 hits the wall there, clambering to get to the front of the pack and get more and more clean air. That'll make this car feel a lot better.
Off of 4, the correction back straight away, heading to 3 and 4. Inside, there's machine Mach on the bottom, plenty of room given, back on the bottom, and working on 4 contact. That's the 47 Mach. Wirtz, Cherry now in the mix. Open the door to Taylor on the inside of the Hendrick car, Chevrolet. You might have been patient earlier in the race, Steve, but I can tell you that's going out the window now.
Oh, Muscarello around, huge wreck
there
here.
You go. There you go, and look out, they're not done wrecking. 55, 53. Caston's second time in a row caught up in a caution. The 1, he just came off of pit road earlier. He's involved. And I hate to say this, Steve, but I think the 48 Muscarello was holding up Tate and company, Miranda behind them, and you saw the end result of what just happened when he was in the way. Look at Tate on the inside. I think Tate had enough and got into the left rear. Rainwater, keep your pants clean. You just weaseled through another one another day. Look at this. And then they're not done crashing from there. Wow. My, oh my.
Wesley, that's how quick things can unravel for a driver, right? Muscarello leading all those laps. Unfortunately, that last restart didn't shift right or didn't get going. Found himself mired back in that top 5, and now, unfortunately, pretty well wrecked.
A lot of guys coming onto the pit lane now. I got a feeling this will be the money stop. Lap 100 of the race with 50 to go. Still other drivers like Mario Miranda, Matthew Correa, Noah Rainwater, Matt Cherry, Isaac Mach, and Chris Taylor, Cooper, Hamilton, and Caston in the top 10. These are drivers that Steve had not pitted.
Right now, by the way, folks, we are getting just a quick update. Dalton Tucker is being shown in 34th place. So,
oh no,
yeah, pretty rough right there. I believe multiple laps down. We'll take a look. Yeah, 7 laps down right here. So, trying to get word on that. Obviously, earlier, fast driver, I believe might have had a connection issue at some point and then rejoined the race. So we're gonna try and get word on that. But tough break for a lot of these guys, fast drivers. That could happen though, Wesley. I mean, online virtual racing, you just never know.
Working lap 102 of 150. Caution coming out. A lot more aggressiveness here down the stretch, obviously. We saw that happen. 4 guys on pit road here. Mario Miranda in the lead right now. He's out in front. At number 98 machine, Matthew Correa in second. And I will say this, I think Tate's going to get a penalty here. But I'll be honest with you, the 48, either his tires were used up or he was mirror driving the Tate machine. And I think Tate just got aggressive and said, man, I got to move you. I got to move you out of the way. And
Yeah.
can you really blame him as you're approaching under 50 laps to go? You want to go, you're faster, you're holding me up, you're only going to take me so much when you move somebody.
I mean, that's the thing too, right? But also keep in mind, these drivers, it's hard to pass here, but it's also hard to navigate sometimes too. So sometimes when you're in the driver's seat, you think you're clear down low and you're not, right? So you come down, you take the apex of the corner, but that dude's nose is still there and you come across it. So I think you're right though. The cross between, lack of awareness perhaps and then hard racing, definitely we've seen those 6 cautions come from that.
Miranda, Correa, Rainwater, Cherry Mock, top 5. Then it's Taylor, Cox, Cooper, Hamilton, and Caston. Your top 10. And the chat box is quite lively. Thank you for joining us on Race Day. Official broadcast coverage of iRacing and the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series. Next Thursday night, will be at the Paperclip of Martinsville. And I think we're going to wrap up the 6 caution this time by and show them when to go at the line, Steve Tucker.
Yeah, they did extend it by 1 lap. I think it looks like there was some mix-up with the actual running order. So now that they're gridded back properly, we're good to go.
Lights are off on the pace car, as you aforementioned. Mario Miranda, the Victory Fuel entry. Back up in front again. Ready for the field to get ready to come back to a restart. Miranda, Correa, Rainwater, Cherry Mock, top 5. Let's try this one more time, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Holding it together all the way to the firebox. Taking it all the way out of the zone. Green flag in the air, and we're back to it again. This time by with 45 to go. Mario Miranda, Matthew Correa, Cherry. Cherry in the high. Here comes Rainwater on the bottom. And already on the restart, 3 wide, multiple rows back into 3 and 4. Working back to the line, it's Miranda in the lead. There you see them all knotted up in traffic behind them. Cherry up high, here comes now. Mock inside, Cox up on the outside as well. Down into turn 3. I know he's been interactive with us in the chat box, no doubt, Steve, but what a run for Noah Rainwater.
There he is right now, P3 in the 05 machine, looking very, very impressive right here. Battle here for P2, Correa and Rainwater down low. Rainwater might have it right here.
Rainwater on the bottom, going after that second spot. Hey, there's the 21 back in the game again. Tucker. Multiple laps down. But Tucker is in view, 11 laps down, by the way. Remember something happened to him? Internet connection, as you said.
Yeah, unfortunately for Dalton Tucker, but they're still going. Look at this, though. Man, Tucker trying to get this lap back still, but single file. Besides that, further on back, though, a lot of good battles back here, too.
Back into the corner again. This is 1 and 2 here at Nashville, and they come back to the back stretch inside. Look at this run. This is Coates, by the way, in the top 15. Coates and Ishikanen. Knighton all had problems earlier. They're right back in the battle. Close it in, 40 to go. Here at Nashville, it's getting to go time here. Look on the inside, Rainwater. Rainwater trying all he can to get around Correa. Correa holding him up. He's on the outside lane. Rainwater clear on the bottom. He's going to carry the 76 of Cox with him on the inside. And Cherry is coming as well. And by the way, so is the 94 of Tate. Christopher Tate popping into view again. Whoa, 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 inside. 3 wide, Cherry below the apron. And somehow they hold it. Splitting them almost like a hot dog flying out of the bun. In the middle was Mock. And now Tate, a little aggressive there. We saw what happened earlier when he got into the other car. Mascarella when he went around. Mock on the outside, gives him plenty of room. Correa now hung out to dry with Tucker, the lap machine, and Caston on the bottom. Better get to the front, Steve. You better do it now. It's closing into the finish of this thing.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Doring side by side. This is fun to watch, Wesley. Sometimes you catch yourself watching as a fan, but look, oh, look at this. Door banging.
Yes, it is. Up the racetrack, plenty of room given. That's the 76 on the outside. That's Cox. And there goes 3 wide, Cherry in the middle. On the bottom was Tate, 2 for 1 special. The 47 holding up the pack, that's Isaac Mock. These guys are trying to get around him and he's holding them up as they work the backstretch. And live. By the way, Tate up to 3rd, up 29 spots. Going all over the track. Contact! Oh my, what a save for Caston. Chris Taylor about put his lights out, and they're not done as Caston turns it on Works on the inside. He saves the car. Works backed away. Caston driving like a man possessed right now, if you will. Closing in on 30 to go.
Just incredible racing, Wesley, but one thing to consider too with about 32 laps to go is that we may have to still pit once more for fuel.
That's true.
If this thing stays green, so if you think this is crazy, we have a little bit ways to go here.
Very good, valid point.
That's
and there you see Correa coming down the pit lane. Money stop. He had no choice. Last time he pitted was on lap 76. He had to come to the pit lane. Mario Miranda and others might be coming on pit road if we don't get a caution. The way they were bouncing off one another, I'm surprised we didn't get a yellow flag.
Here we go, Wesley. Leaders starting to come down pit road. Green flag stops about to happen here. Oh, man. Look at this battle here. Brady Cox and Matt Cherry just not giving an inch here.
It is right now Mario Miranda in the lead. There you see him. And the lead is almost 3 seconds back to Christopher Tate. What a drive. I mean, Miranda got around him in that victory fuel machine, and he looked back there, Steve, as we close in on 30 laps to go. Here comes rainwater on pit road. More green flag pit stops happening.
Gotta be careful. Don't lock up the tires like rainwater did. That won't slow you down as quick. Cannot speed, cannot make a mistake here. To your point, the money stop. Gotta be quick.
Money stop time for many drivers, especially if you're mired in the back and making green flag pit stops. It hurts. Now here's the deal. Mario Miranda, 3-second lead. Does Steve Christopher Tate know, who by the way pitted at lap 100, Miranda's got to come down pit road. This will open up the door for him.
It sure will. I mean, you might want to get that lap led just in case to get the point, but I think the undercut here could be pretty big if they decide to do it. Pit now and get those fresher tires, try and gain some time on pit road. But look at this. 4 cars under a blanket, Wesley. Oh, and a yellow flag again.
Wow. Saved by the caution. Yellow flag is out with us approaching 25 laps to go. And here's a replay on race day of what happened here.
Yeah, we're trying to find it real quick. This is interesting for sure. Oh, Correa potentially here got involved in that 17 machine. Oh, what? Whoa.
Uh-oh, Correa. And he was the guy that pitted. Remember the money stop? He had to pit. First man on the pit lane during green flag.
Yeah, so I believe what happened here, and I'll explain this the best I can to the folks at home watching. So there's something called netcode here that can happen, and you'll see the cars right in front are going to blink, and you'll see some like debris flying around. That basically, so on his end, he probably saw that car right there in front of him, or it popped up in front, got hit right there. Basically, it makes cars invisible, and around they go. So unfortunately, on our end, it might not look like it's a whole lot, but on his end, it could have been a severe connection issue, and right there, that is the case. That changes the game, Wesley. Everyone comes down pit road now. Everybody can make their way to the finish on fuel and tires.
This opens the door for obviously Mario Miranda and others to pit with 25 laps to go. And that's exactly what they've done. Put everybody back in sequence, and I think you have just set yourself up for a wild shootout coming up here tonight at Virtual Nashville. Round 6. Who will be the victor? The restart and the finish of tonight's event when we come back on race day.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Shootout time here on race day. It'll be around 23 laps to go when the field comes back to the Geico restart zone. And boy, it's got exciting. Wrapping up the 7th caution. I'm Wesley Outland, Steve Tucker alongside race day, ready to bring this one to the finish for round 6 tonight. Of course, at Nashville. Back to the box. Green flag is out. Con on the restart, gone in 14. And look who's climbed right back into the battle again, Muscarella in the 48. It's Chicanian right there on the outside. And here we go, it's go time, Steve. If you're gonna go, you better go now. And I think they know it as they come to 20 remaining.
Yes, sir, a couple of guys who did not pit right here up in the front. Different tires, old tires. This could be catastrophic for a lot of them. Miranda and Tate on fresh tires trying to navigate through this traffic, so to speak. 3 wide here. Oh, my word.
Back to the corner. It's caught in front. Ishakanian now to that second. Am I saying his name right? Ishakanian, Canian?
Ishkanian, yeah.
Ishkanian, yeah. Ishkanian to second. Now Fells back to third. Here comes Miranda. Right where he picked up where he left off. And I promise you, the victory fuel smells victory. The 98. He is running down Con. 20 to go. Under 20 to go here in Nashville. Cherry clocks. Muscarella on the outside. Plenty of room given. Battle for the lead. Up in the front. Miranda inside of Con. Easily back to the front in the 98 car there. Tate to the inside. Getting by Con. By the way, Con last pitted on lap 125. I just don't think he has the power that we've seen Miranda and Tate have in that number 14 machine there, Steve.
Agree. Look at this. Muscarella hits the wall right there. He's back in it after his fixed damage, but man, these guys are all trying to go for these positions here. Yellow flag once more in the back here. I believe Rainwater.
Well, we figured it was eventually time for Rainwater to get caught up in something, and that has now happened. Caution out.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to find out. I don't know if that was an actual wreck per se, but we will find out what happened here. I believe it involved Rainwater in the 41. Love it.
JCR JWOW was back in the chat box. We have to play commercials because that allows you to be able to watch the broadcast for free. You're welcome. Oh, and we only showed commercials under caution. So you didn't miss anything except cars going around in a circle behind the pace car. Sorry, Steve. I had to put somebody in their place. Haters going to hate. That's all I'm going to say.
It's all good. We love to see it. And you know what? Even if we do, Wesley, show commercials on long green flag runs, we still show the live broadcast underneath
exactly right.
the commercials. So we know what we're doing here. But right there, that wreck, or I guess caution, was really just for, as we just saw, Rainwater kind of getting slidey right there. Nobody really went around or you know, turned around, damaged or whatnot. So again, to your point from earlier, maybe slightly premature yellow, but unless something else happened under.
Yeah,
away
we
from
seen
us.
that earlier in the race. If you saw a car got a little sideways and then they prematurely threw the caution. So 16, make it 15 laps to go. And you see other drivers on the pit lane. I love where Steve is calling out the race director. Why a caution? What do you throw a caution for?
Well, it's funny, right? Because
Love
like
it's on pit road and exit now. Yeah, go ahead.
from our point of view, watching the race, right? We don't necessarily know if it's an iRacing caution being thrown or if it's a race control caution, because they can do both, right?
Right.
And in this case, hey, we're trying to, translate and tell the folks, you guys at home, hey, what's actually going on, right? And what we just saw didn't really explain it too well, why a caution came out. So we're going to get the right answers for you.
Somebody says there was an accident in the back. He's in the 81 car. 44 came up and made the 53 get into someone else. So caused me to spin. So find the 44 and the 53 and the 22. And there's your verdict right there.
There it was.
Thank you, Brandon Barrier and WR Hive 72. And yeah, there it is.
You're right. Oh, man. Whoops, we'll try and get back to it. Oh, my word. We are in shambles here in the production booth, but sometimes
What happened?
Exactly. That's what we're trying to...
Was it? What happened?
That is exactly
I can only save you, but for so far, Steve. What happened, man? What are you doing? All I did was talk, and I did about the buttons.
It's okay. Well, you know what? You guys saw it. That might be all we get. Unfortunately, finding cautions, I make it look good sometimes, nice and quick.
Just bring the damn live feed back up, okay?
Yeah, exactly. This is going to be
I was like, oh no, we lost all of it. No, we got the live feed back.
Yeah.
That's good.
This is a Men in Black moment where they put that pen up and they flash you in the eyes, and you just forget about that last 30 seconds. So we're good to go. 15 laps to go, though. This is going to get intense, Wesley. Man. Christopher Tate, Mario Miranda. These guys know how to put on a show today for sure.
Going to be exciting, no doubt. Steve Tucker, Wesley Outland here with you, race day. And closing in on the conclusion of the 8th caution for the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series tonight. This race, 150 laps. We're still in the regular race distance, but boy, it has got amped up with intensity down the stretch, no doubt, Steve, and we're ready to see how things go here. Cue up some more of that, there you go, yeah! I love it. It sets the tone for what's to come on the restart.
Man, back in the day, like on the TNT broadcasts, like they throw on that that Fuel by Metallica, and that just got me going every single time as a teenager, and oh man, just part of that nostalgia. Exactly.
Yes, sir. Pace cars on the pit lane. Miranda, Tate, Con, Cox, Works, top 5. And 13 to go here at Nashville on the concrete jungle. We're back underway. Man, Miranda, just a strong car. Look at him trying to go 3 wide up the middle. Works and Con with Cherry trying to split him. Now Cherry about to get split by his own battle with some other cars behind him. That's Works and company. It's also the 97 in the mix. A dozen laps remaining here at Nashville. 12 to go. Miranda and Tate 1 and 2. Pick your battle. Pick your battle, if you will, right now. What a strong run. on up the hill inside Mock in the 47. 97 on the bottom, plenty of room. 10 to go now, closing into the shootout, and we got a caution. Caution is out. 10 laps remaining, yellow flag will fly. We got another incident on the racetrack involving the 32. That is Daniel Half, I think. Wow, yes it is. Half involved in the caution out. Here's a replay. Ooh, what do you think here, Steve? 3 wide. It's 3 wide, ran out of room in the middle. There you go, bounced off the 10.
Right, I mean, right there, Wesley, right? A classic example of being put 3 wide, but didn't know he wasn't clear down low. And there he goes, spin cycle.
Super clean, number 32, a Daniel Half going around, and then there's other drivers slamming into him, including Mark Martinek in the, Mark Martinek in the 08. Alec Coates in the 10 also was there, and there you go. That's why we're under caution.
This kind of thing.
I'll be honest with you, I don't see anybody pitting right now with 10 laps to go. Track position is paramount right now, Steve.
Absolutely, and especially too with Miranda being in front. We've seen him win already, right, at Darlington, so he knows how to get the job done. Tate right behind him though. Tate was also fast at Darlington, so we're kind of getting a rehash of that. Man, Tate has the speed to compete, as well as Brady Cox right now back into that top 3 in that 76. So a lot of guys right here in the podium spots. Brian Wirtz, again, keep in mind, also a winner this season in P4. This is anyone's game, right? Miranda kind of has the advantage just because P1 restarts the race and they get that great jump. But man, I just feel like anybody in that top 5 right now, I mean, if they get the right restart, if they get the right situation with this last 9 laps, you could find a new winner, or you never know.
Single digits with now, of course, 8 laps to go when they come to the line. Thanks for those that are joining us here on Race Day. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And remember, check out Race Day iRacing on X. Or is it iRacing Race Day? I think it is.
Yeah, at Race Day iRacing.
At Race Day iRacing. There you go.
On the app formerly called Twitter.
Yeah, formerly known as Twitter, now X. Get on the Xbox world,
Exactly. A lot of good-looking paint schemes, a lot of good-looking sponsors here today being represented by these drivers. Very cool to see. Love all the involvement. Rainwater right here in P13. Also in the chat. I mean, Wesley, he's gone through at least 3 pairs of pants today, so might want to get Whirlpool or something on that hood. Goes through a lot of washing and drying cycles. There's a joke in there somewhere. I'm not too sure where it is, but it's all good. Yes. But this is going to get pretty rowdy. 8 laps to go right now. Pace car light's still on, so we'll probably go back green with 6 or 7 laps to go here. And I don't expect this thing to slow down, Wesley. We're going to get rowdy. We're going to get cranked up here. And someone, at some point, will win this race.
Definitely ready for a shootout. And Mario Miranda, don't write the check just yet for him. Even though he has been the strong machine, Christopher Tate has showed signs of having a fast race car as well, with Brady Cox, the Canadian, also in the mix. And we are not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, next week, round number 7 will be at Martinsville, Charlotte, Richmond, Homestead as we close into the final 5 rounds of the regular season. And then we move into the playoff championship mode. And that'll include races at Vegas, Texas, Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway, and Kentucky Speedway, the old Kentucky Speedway, mind you. And all of that and more for the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series. Say that 3 times fast. Steve Tucker will be only on race day.
There we go. Who's going to get the better restart? If Tate even has a remotely similar restart, he could be right there. All comes down to this.
6 laps to go, wrapping up our 9th caution of the race, and they've all been in probably the last 30 laps. 4 or 5 repeat cautions on restarts. Let's watch them on the restart, and this time Miranda gone behind them. Tate outside. Here comes now Cox on the bottom, the Canadian. Cherry to the inside of the NOS Energy colors. Massey right back in the battle again. Remember, he got spun earlier. To the line, open hand from your flagman, Steve. 5 to go at Nashville. And they're wrecking again. Brian Wirtz, some other cars involved. Matt Lovett's involved. And another caution, 11th now of the race, or 10th of the race. And this puts us under an overtime, it looks like, coming up. Well, Steve, here we go.
Yes, sir. We've seen this before all race long. Just comes across the nose there of the 45 Matt Cherry. And around Brian Wirtz goes. I believe also got involved with Noah Rainwater. Oh, just a little bit. Rainwater goes around here. No harm, no foul. Not a lot of damage here. Don't believe he hits the wall too hard. Maybe a little bit.
Steve, I'm not going to lie to you, buddy. There is some severe weather hitting my house right now. I'm going to try to finish this race out with you, brother. And if you can handle post-race, that would be great because it is... Woo! That's all I'm going to say.
All good, man. We do it every day.
And I have a massive big screen TV monitor and mixer board and headsets and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want this stuff to get messed up in the lightning storm, just being honest with you.
Completely agree. That's why one of my biggest investments was this crazy surge protector. Just
yeah,
in case
oh yeah.
of,
well, I have one, but I don't trust those damn things. I'm being honest with you.
I agree.
Let me just paint a scenario for you. I'm wearing about a $1,500 Sennheiser headset on my head right now. And it's plugged into a wire, into another power of electricity, into another power of electricity.
What can go wrong?
Lightning, exactly. You know, and if lightning hits it, right, it just...
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I tell people this all the time. We're literally a lightning rod, right? Okay?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Not to mention there's also a big antenna outside the house because, you know, we broadcast radio here as well on 87.9 FM. There's a big antenna. And, you know, obviously if that's up in the air while the station is active and on the air,
oh yeah,
lightning hits it, that's not a good thing either. So, yeah. I digress. I just want to get off the air quickly.
All good. Yeah, we're here looking pretty good here. 3 laps to go. This is going to be our first official overtime. So, folks, if you don't know how that works, it's a green-white checkered. So, we will throw the green...
Y'all never had overtime before?
What's that?
Y'all haven't had overtime before?
Oh, we've had plenty of overtimes, but you never know if there's a new viewer watching who might not know what it's all about.
Okay, I was about to say, I mean, you know, normally I'm not able to finish the races with you.
That is true.
So,
that is true.
Yeah, so I'm like a new fan, you know.
Yeah, we like to assume that every race we have new viewers watching, and hey, you never know. Maybe
I got you.
Maybe they're new to NASCAR, who knows? But yeah, so green, white, checkered flag finish. We'll throw the green flag here for the first time. If the yellow flag comes out before the white flag, we'll do it again and again and again until we finish the race. But if the white flag comes out, that's going to be it. The next flag will end it, which is typically the checkered flag. They'll race to it, and that will be the race. But Miranda right here in a good spot. Cox did get around Christopher Tate, so he's in that P2 spot for AD Graphics, the number 76. Chris Tate in third, which actually might kind of be nice for Christopher Tate because he can start right alongside, or right, I guess, behind Miranda. So he can time that jump a little bit easier when you're behind the leader. So
remember, they have to take the white flag as well. I just want to reiterate on that too. They've got to take the white flag. If they don't take the white flag, then the race will have to go again for another overtime.
That's right.
Yeah. Lights off on the pace car. Boy, Cox, what kind of a restart does he need to get on this go here?
Oh, man, I feel like he has to just match Miranda, even, you know, as close as he can. If he dives into turn one side by side, he's got a shot. But that's really all he's got. Tate right here has to time it with Miranda perfectly, stay right behind him, maybe give him a little shot into turn one, and move him up the track. But we'll see. It's going to be tough.
I just love the music. That's why I ain't saying nothing.
We know how to turn it up here on race day, and right now we're going to get turned up here. 2 laps to go. First official green-white checkered pace car game.
Hell, crank it up. Crank up that music as we get ready to go for a restart. Overtime. I ain't got to say nothing. You know what's about to happen. Green flag out. Let's settle it here. That awesome music and then the roaring crescendo of those virtual warlords in their kaleidoscope of colors. Thundering down into turn number 1 and 2. Down to the home stretch we roll at Nashville. Overtime. Back straightaway. Miranda up in front. The 46 City Chevrolet car in trouble on the bottom. Give them plenty of room on the inside. Here comes Miranda. Cox, Tate, Cherry. Pick your poison. White flag. 1 to go in Nashville. Final time around. Everyone is all single file. Miranda holds the line. Cox to the shot at the rear on the leader. Clear him. Tate with a bump and run on the bottom for third. Inside. Give him plenty of room. Can't get there. Not gonna happen. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. He won't make it. There's another bump. There's another hit. Cox into Miranda. Tate's gonna steal one here in Nashville. Are you kidding me? Cherry can't get to Tate in time. Miranda. Cox move each other out of the way. Cox is wrecked. And Christopher Tate for T-Top Manufacturing is going to win a wild one here at Nashville. A bump and run. Wow, Steve Tucker. That's all I got to say is wow.
I held my breath the entire time, and I need a second here, man. That was absolutely intense. Christopher Tate got the job done at the last second. A bump gone wrong for Brady Cox up against Miranda. And Chris Tate capitalizes.
Christopher Tate is the winner here tonight in round number 6 of the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series from the Nashville Super Speedway. Wow. Can we see a look at this one more time? The last lap of the race at least. Miranda, Tate, Cox, all in that mix. That last lap shootout. Here it is one more time, your race day replay. Miranda, Cox, Tate, Cherry. Steve set it up for us, man. Just what a shootout here. Cox gave him a shot, and then Cox got a little aggressive there. I really thought Miranda had the race to win.
Cox just absolutely sent it here into Miranda in turn 3. Watch this.
Just look at him cut off Tate.
Boom.
Hit the left rear, bumped him twice, and then they lost it. And then Cox really lost it. Penny for your thoughts, Chief. As Cox goes around, insult to injury for the bump and run on Miranda. And then they're wrecking behind them. Rainwater, Muscarella, the 55, Coates in the 10. Oh my.
Just absolutely craziness. Miranda does finish 6th place. Cox down to 20th, but Christopher Tate, he's the man that capitalizes from 3rd to 1st. What an incredible job here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of everybody at Race Day, for Steve Tucker, I'm Wesley Outland. Steve's going to carry you to post-race, and I will see you next week at Martinsville. Steve, thank you, buddy. Be safe.
Yes, sir. Real quick, folks, we're going to go and thank a few sponsors. Thanks for all they do, IMB and Butt Kicker. We'll come right back. We'll talk to your top 3. Stick around. Welcome back, folks, to No Limit Racing here at Nashville, and we just saw an absolute banger for a white flag lap, a green-white checkered overtime, and Christopher Tate is your winner. We're going to bring in Stephen Massey real quick as the 3rd place car. See if we can track him down real fast just to make sure we get him. Where is Stephen Massey? We're going to find him real quick. I don't see him right now, actually. Don't see him currently in or accessible. But, man, what a fantastic run here for Stephen Massey to get the job done. Finish top 3. Oh, here he is. Let's get him in here. There he is, Stephen Massey, P3 on the day. What a crazy overtime run right there. But that 97 gets the job done today, man. How'd it go for you?
It was eventful. Started in the back, P38, worked my way up there. A lot of people didn't pit on the lap 15 caution. I figured I'd top off since I was running around 17th anyways. And then it worked out where the caution fell there after I pitted. Caution come out right when I pitted, so that worked out pretty good. And then I think I made a boneheaded move and caused a big wreck. 2 minutes of damage and worked my way back up. Somehow P3.
A pretty good day, man. Hey, real quick, give us your shout outs real quick. Any sponsors or friends and family? Who do you got for us?
I'm very new, but I want to shout out the league. Sorry if I don't know the sponsors very well at the moment. I know sponsors are very big here. And the broadcast, I know you guys do a really good job. And then Brandon and everyone else that puts this thing on, the admins and everyone in the race. It was good, clean racing. Fun.
Awesome job, man. Again, we'll catch you next week. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There he is, Stephen Massey, a fantastic job. Right now, though, we're going to bring in Matt Cherry, P2 on the day. There he is.
Sitting in there and got on the brake. Like sometimes it would
Whoa,
work. And
Matt
like
Cherry.
sometimes it would- hey, sorry.
I always find it funny. We always pull the drivers from their crews and teams for the top podium or top 3 podium, and it's always funny to have them talk. But either way, man, hey, great job today, P2. Pretty wild overtime. And you get the job done for that 45 NOS machine, man. How'd it go for you?
I mean, early on, I was using my stuff up a little more than what I should. And, I just started backing my corners up, and as the track came to us, I was I was really able to get the run off the corner, and that top side really came in later as the night went on. But you know, it was definitely a good run. I was just looking to get a top 5 tonight, but those two cars got together and ended up finishing P2. So I mean, we'll take it. It'll be a good points night.
Yes, sir, man. Very, very impressive. So today, absolutely. Give us any shout outs you might have for any sponsors, friends, and family. Who do you got for us today?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Brandon, the league owner here. You know, shout out to him because you know he's the one that puts all this together. And, you know, it's a lot of time consuming, and he does a really great job at what he's got going on here. And I really enjoyed racing here. I've been here since 2013 and plan on sticking around a little longer.
Love to hear that, man. Hey, congratulations again, P2. We'll catch you next week, man. Great job.
Yeah, appreciate it.
There he is, Matt Cherry. A great job today. And right now, we're going to bring in the man of the hour. Here we go. Christopher Tate gets the job done today. Unbelievable job in that T-Top Manufacturing, number 94. Let's bring him in real quick. Where the hell is he? Christopher Tate. Here we go. Here he is, Christopher Tate in the 94 today. Got the job done in P1. Got the win. Somehow got through that crazy overtime finish and scooted right past and get that first win of the season, man. How's it feel?
It feels great. It feels awesome to finally have something like that go my way. This is not one of my best tracks by far, but somehow I kept it up there, and yeah, just right place, right time.
Yeah, pretty wild, man. I mean, talk to us about the race itself. How'd the car feel today typically? I mean, you know, tight conditions at night, or, you know, what was it like for you? And did you expect Brady Cox to take a shot like that into the rear end of Miranda?
The whole race, the car was pretty tight. You know, further up you got, the cleaner the air was, so it was easier to, you know, kind of get in the corners. It took a little while for me to kind of get in the groove. And yeah, I kind of expected Brady to take a shot like that. He got into me earlier in the race and nearly wrecked me in 3, so I was kind of expecting it, kind of wanting to pay it back to him, but you know, just kind of glad it worked out how it did. I feel bad for Mario. He's by far the fastest car tonight. He deserves that 100%. So, but yeah, I kind of expected it, and I guess I can say I was kind of ready for it, but at the same time, not really. So, just luckily missed it and got the win.
Great to see, man. Big win today for you for sure. Hey, real quick, give us your shout outs if you have any for sponsors or friends and family. Who do you got?
Yeah, T-Top Manufacturing first and foremost. Spoke Fit, Cash Customs, 1-3 Speed. Brandon for put on the league, allow me in. Everyone's running it. My teammates in here, Noah, Matt, all of them. It's a great group of guys to run with. You for putting on the broadcast, and yeah, about does it.
Yes, sir, man. Love to hear that. Great job again. Go celebrate at P1 here in Nashville. Awesome, awesome job.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Well, there he is, your winner today. Christopher Tate finally gets the job done today. Looked so good earlier in the season. And here he is, gets the job done, man. Awesome job. Awesome race overall, too. There are your finishing results on the left side of your screen. Big thanks to you folks for being here, obviously, and supporting Race Day, as well as No Limit Racing for the Extreme Graphics Cup Series. Nashville has proven to be a fun race. Great time tonight. Hit the like button if you can. Hit the subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to 700 subs, and it's all thanks to you guys. Really appreciate it. We'll catch you guys next week from Martinsville. That's going to be pretty insane. Cannot wait for that. But have a good night, folks. We love you, and take care.